Hello, Gloversville Elementary families. My name is Brian DePasquale, and I am the principal here at Boulevard Elementary. This is a part of our second community forum where we are answering questions about our school reopening. I want to thank you for your time and your patience and understanding as we work to reopen our schools for this fall. I'm going to be focusing on technology and transportation related questions. The first series of questions that we're going to answer have to do with technology. The first question is, will elementary school students have Chromebooks for online classes? The simple answer to that is yes. In grades 3 through 5, we're going to be using our Chromebooks every day. We do have a Chromebook for every student, and our goal is to have them take that Chromebook home each day so they can do their remote learning when they're not in school, and then bring it back the day that they are in school. That is their Chromebook to use. That might look a little different at the primary level in grades K through 2, where we have a combination of iPads and Chromebooks. Those will stay in the building, and we have class sets of technology at that level. The next question is, if a child had their own Chromebook for home learning, would they be provided a Chromebook in school? The answer to that is yes. We are still one-to-one with all of our Chromebooks. That means every student would be able to have a Chromebook. You can still definitely use the Chromebooks or computers that you have at home if you choose not to take it home each day. The next question is, are the lessons going to be live when my child is home? We're looking at a way to do a live component, pre-recorded components, and then additional assignments. So our goal is to have a little bit of each to support the best learning for our students that are working from home. Next question is, how long will the kids have to be on the computer on the days that they're home? That's going to vary depending on the age of the child. At kindergarten, we're looking at about 60 minutes of work. A fourth grader would be at about 120 minutes or 2 hours of work. We're still finalizing the plans on all this, but it just gives you an idea of the time expectations for those students at those ages. Next question is, will parents and caregivers be given any training in regards to online classrooms or how to submit assignments? We do realize that that was a challenge, certainly in the spring. Our goal is to put out a series of videos that would support parents and caregivers in trying to get them whatever technical assistance they need. I'd also suggest, just like we did in the spring, to reach out to the school, the main office, or the teacher for additional support. The next series of questions have to do with transportation and elementary arrival. Temperature checks. Will they be going on outside before students enter the school? And should parents be made to wait in case their child has a temperature? Well, the first thing is we really encourage everyone to be checking temperatures before they even start to come to school. But the short answer to that is yes. We are going to be doing temperature checks of every person that enters the building. If a child has a temperature over 100 degrees and their parent is not here to bring them home, they'll have to go to our COVID isolation room where then their family would be contacted and someone would need to pick them up. If doing multiple bus runs and staggered dismissals, will the classroom setting be interrupted with new arrivals, or will classes begin once everyone has arrived? Again, I think it's safe to say that our arrival procedure and our morning routines are going to be different. One way that that's going to be different is that in each of our elementary schools, instead of using our large cafeteria for breakfast, we're going to be having breakfast in the classroom. I think that allows for some flexibility as students enter the school, and then they could come in, enjoy their breakfast while the other students are also there getting their breakfast ready and starting their morning routine. I know that teachers will always be flexible as students enter the school. If they're missing any important information, they will certainly get them caught up so that everybody can start the day on the right foot. This question is about will there be before school program provided by the YMCA and or the after school program? We are currently working with all of our agencies that we have in the past to try to figure out the options for child care. I can say for certain that the after-school program that's been at all of our elementary schools will continue again this year, and applications are available both online and in the main office of each of your schools. The YMCA program, again, we've been working with them. That hasn't been settled yet, but we are hoping to get information out to families as soon as possible. A lot of questions about the safety and what it's going to look like on all of our school buses. I know this was addressed with the superintendent and the assistant superintendent in their video, but I also want to hit on it here. 21 students will be allowed on the bus. Face masks will be required for all students. Cleaning and disinfecting will happen between each bus run. There will not be temperature checks taken before students get on the bus, but they will be taken when they get here to the school. So that's why it's really vital for all of us to work together and make sure that temperature checks are done daily and routinely in your home before the students depart for school. This question is about the shuttle bus. Will there be a shuttle bus for after-school program from Boulevard to Park Terrace in Kingsborough at 5 p.m. like previous years? That actually brings up a question about the shuttle bus in general. So let me answer this question first, which is yes, we should be able to transport students at the end of the day from Boulevard to Park Terrace in Kingsborough so that siblings can be picked up at one location instead of multiple locations. But there is a bigger question here about the shuttle bus for arrival of the students that are not in the after-school program. We are really working hard. We understand that that is a really important piece of the arrival and dismissal of a lot of our students. We're working diligently to see if we can't create that opportunity, but of course we are gonna rely on families to try to work with us on the schedule changes and possibly figuring out ways to bring their children to the school to lower the numbers of students that would be taking that shuttle bus. There's going to be more information to follow about that, but know that we are really working to ensure that we can keep a shuttle bus in place for all of our elementary students. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope I was able to answer some of the questions that you had for the start of the school year. I encourage you to watch the videos from Ms. Babowski and Ms. Priola because they will also answer questions that are related to all elementary school students. If we didn't answer some of the questions that you are looking for, never hesitate to give the school a call. We are still here in the building and we can answer some of the questions that you may have. I look forward to seeing you all and have a great rest of your summer.
Hello, Gloversville families. This is Lisa Priolo. I'm the principal at Park Terrace Elementary. On behalf of the elementary buildings, I will be addressing questions and concerns related to our food and nutrition program, as well as our social and emotional concerns for our students. Our food program will continue as it has in the past, offering both a breakfast and lunch on a daily basis. Hot lunch will be a choice as well every day. If your child is working from home and would like a breakfast and lunch, we encourage a family member to come and pick up that to go in a similar fashion as we have done over the course of the summer. Please know that daily health checks on all staff, including the cafeteria, will be conducted, and no one displaying any symptoms will be allowed to report to work that day and must be cleared by their doctor upon returning to work. Please know also that all enhanced cleaning will happen every day and evening in the buildings. Staff in the cafeteria will be expected to socially distance, wear their masks, and of course wear gloves while handling any food preparation. Breakfast and lunch will be delivered by a classroom aide assigned to each classroom. We hope to encourage as much outdoor eating as possible during their lunch hours, so we're hoping for some very good weather and to have our students have a designated spot with their classroom outside so they can have some fresh air and enjoy their lunch. If they are eating in their lunch, we will adhere to the social distancing rules as expected, and the use of masks, of course, as they're eating will not be expected. Finally, if you have the ability to bring a water bottle to school, we encourage you to please do so. Children can have their water throughout their day at their desk, and we will have designated times for them to fill up their water bottles. If you have any other questions in particular regarding your specific building, please feel free to call myself or the other building principals with those concerns regarding the food program. We had several concerns regarding the social and emotional well-being of our students, and understandably so. We realize that some students are going to be come in with some anxiety and concerns and their own fears about returning to school. We have been very proactive at all three buildings with a committee that has been working on enhancing our PBIS rules, our be safe, be respectful, and be responsible, to include new COVID expectations, including hand washing, social distancing, etc. In addition to teaching our children these new routines directly in their classrooms, we will have emotional support through our guidance counselor, social workers, and newly hired counselors from the Mental Health Association that will be at each building. This will be a combination of both push-in services for children to address concerns they have as a group, as well as pull-out services as indicated by family members, wanting to have that happen, or is needed by the teacher who might see some additional concerns that might not be best addressed in a whole group setting. So please know that this is our very, very important piece of what we'll be doing this year. Not only are we going to be obviously focused on academics, but the social and emotional well-being of our children is of utmost importance to us and will be addressed on a daily basis. If you have any concerns specific to your child, please reach out to myself, the other building principals, or if you feel more comfortable, with our guidance counselors. All of that information is available on our webpage with contact information for you to access. If you have any other additional questions that I did not address regarding our food and nutrition or our social emotional programs that we are doing, second step is a social emotional program we are using in our school. We have been using now for several years. Again, that will be enhanced to deal with our COVID additional fears and concerns that we have for our students. So again, if you have any other questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to us at any time, and we will be able to answer your questions. All right, thank you and have a good day.
Hi, Gloversville Large School District. My name is Trisha Babowski. For those who don't know me, I'm the principal at Kingsborough. I know a lot of you have questions about our models that we are putting together in the fall, so I'm going to answer some questions based on our scheduling and instruction, and hopefully this will answer a lot of your questions. So I'm going to be focusing on all of our elementary schools to help you out. One question that we got was on remote learning days, will there be a list of work for students to complete in their own time? Will they have to attend virtual classes, lessons, as well as will there be specific times children need to be on their Chromebooks, and what's going to happen for children that have working parents? All good questions. We understand that a lot of you are working while your kids are home, and for the elementary level, what we are doing is students will be given a list of things to do on the days they are remote. Those things you can have your child go through and check off as they need to. We will have office hours for the teachers, so if your child is struggling, they can get on during that time, or you can email the teacher if during the school day as well. And we are doing this because we understand that getting on at a certain time during the day might be difficult if your child is in daycare. So we're trying to help you out as much as possible, and the assignments we're giving would be easy for you guys to help them with when you get home. This is also how we're going to be taking attendance by looking at what your child has done. We have to take attendance based on what they've done remotely, so that's how we're going to look at it. There will be a little checklist. They've done what they needed to. They get marked as present for that day. Another question is there going to be before and after school programs? Now, at the elementary level, Boulevard is still trying to work with the Y and to get the before school program. We met with the after-school program that's held at Boulevard, Park Terrace, in Kingsborough yesterday, and the plan is it's going to be happening. So I know next week the plan is to get out all your paperwork so you can fill that out and sign up for the after-school program. And like I said, we're still waiting for more information on the before-school program from the Y. Another question is, I have more than one child in different buildings. Can they be on the same day? That is our goal 100%, is to try to get these kids all at the same time. If for some reason your elementary child is not the same day as your middle school or high school child, you can reach out to the school, and we're going to do it the best we can to accommodate all of the families' schedules. Another question is, will there be specials, and how will that look like? Yes. Your kids will have art, they'll have music, they'll have PE, they'll have library. Right now, art, music, and library are going to be going to your child's class, and PE will either be held outside or in the gym. Our gym is big enough to keep the kids 12 feet apart, and that is the stipulations for PE, so that is what we are going to be doing. If your child is 100% remote, we are not sure how specials will look at this time. We are still trying to figure out if we'll be able to accommodate that as well. Also, the goal with our specials is for the students to have modules for specials. So either they'll have the same special for a week or the same special for 2 weeks. We still are not 100% positive how that's going to look, but that is our plan right now at the elementary level. Another question was, will there be possibilities for advanced learners to learn to their ability? And of course so. One of the great things with having this hybrid model and having smaller groups is we can differentiate even more than we normally do. We love to hit all the ranges of abilities, but I think this will give our teachers even more flexibility to do that, as well as the activities your child is assigned at home. iReady, different online programs like that. That is differentiated for your child's ability, so we can reach all ranges of our students. Has the 100% remote option been approved, and would there be an option to switch to/from in-school participation based on the evolving situation? We are still working to see if we can accommodate all of our students that have asked for remote learning. There will be another survey that will be coming out probably next week for people to sign up for that. The one thing that will be stated is that if you sign up for remote, you are locked in for remote for a certain period of time. Again, all that information will be coming out soon, but that is something to take into consideration, that for the elementary level, for example, if you sign up for remote, your child has to do remote for the first 10 weeks. This is an ever-evolving situation. Things are changing, but we want to try to give the kids as much consistency as we possibly can. The other question is, how is attendance working? And again, that's the same thing with, we're going to look at what your child did the day before. We get some people are working, and you may not get on with your child to do their things until after the normal school day, and that is fine. We're going to take a look at it the next day. If your child did the things they were supposed to, they are marked as present for that prior day. It does not have to be done in that school day. We understand that parents are working, and we want what's best for you and your families. Another one is, if both parents work and the grandparents don't have Wi-Fi, how can we help? District does have hotspot Wi-Fi availability. If you do not have Wi-Fi, need that, you can contact us and we will help you the best we can to get one of those. How are you social distancing within the school itself? All classrooms, desks are 6 feet apart. Again, in gym, they have to be 12 feet apart. That's why we're going to hopefully have a lot of stuff outside until it gets cold. So we are keeping our kids and our teachers 6 feet apart in the classrooms. And this helps as well because then our kids do not have to wear masks all day if they are 6 feet apart, which we don't want to have our little elementary kids have to do. Another question is, will the things be taught on Monday be taught to the group on Tuesday, or is my child going to have to do that lesson at home? Our goal is the same thing will be taught Monday and Tuesday to those kids in front of us in the classroom. And then when your child is on remote learning, they are going to be practicing those skills that they were taught in the classroom. This again helps from having your kids have to be on the computer all day. They're going to be practicing those skills at home, and they will hopefully have no new learning at the elementary level during their remote days. Another question is, what will the elementary schedule look like for full remote? We are still working on the logistics of that. That will be coming out soon. So more information will be following on that. What will the elementary schedule look like for in-school instruction? 6 hours at a desk seems like a long time. You are correct. Having elementary kids sit at a desk for 6 hours is too much. That is why at our different schools, we have different activities planned for the kids, different ways they can get up and stretch throughout the day. We have also suggested to teachers to take the kids outside to do some of their classes outside so they can kind of stretch out, they can do different things. Our goal is to make this transition as seamless and easy as possible for our kids, because we understand this is going to be difficult. This is a totally different type of learning for them, and we don't want them to have to sit still at a desk all day. How will student arrival and departure times be managed to ensure social distancing? At the elementary levels, we are presently planning for a staggered start and end time. We don't have the specifics of the times yet. The minute we have it approved, we will put it out on our Facebook page so parents are aware. We do understand this could be a difficulty for parents that have kids in multiple buildings or kids in multiple grades. We will work with you. So we are here to help you as much as possible. The one thing I can say is that no one will be dropped off at school before 8:45. We're asking all parents to not bring kids till that time, because there will be no pre-breakfast before class. So 8:45 is the earliest your child will be able to be dropped off at school. How will students be prevented from congregating on school grounds before or after school? Same thing, kind of goes with that prior question, is that we are asking you not to bring your kids before their designated time. That way we can do their check-in, bring them in, and keep kids as safe as possible. Is there an option for children of essential employees to attend in-person instruction Monday through Friday? No, that option is not available at this time. We're sorry for that. There is no way we can get all of the kids in the classrooms all week and maintain our social distancing. Will pre-K be all day or half day? At this point, it is going to be full day for pre-K only. We're still looking into things that could change, but at this point, pre-K is full day every day. They are the only grade level that is coming in every single day. Will students be wearing masks when entering and exiting rooms? Yes. When our kids enter the school building, when they leave the school building, when they are in the hallways, they will have to wear their masks. Just to prevent, if we can't keep kids 6 feet apart, that is going to help. So that's the times that we're expecting kids to be wearing masks: when they go in the bathroom, and any time that, like I said, they're in the hall or they're entering and leaving the building, masks will need to be worn. Another question we had is, will students be allowed some sort of recess to get that energy out during the day? And yes, our students will be having recess. They will be getting outside. They can get that energy out. Again, like I said, the goal is not to have these kids sit in desks for 6 hours straight during the day. We understand that's going to be difficult, and our goal is to make it easier for them. One last question is, will students be in one classroom for most of the day at the elementary level? And that is yes. Our goal is to keep those kids all together, less exposure, and they'll be doing all their specials in that room except PE. They'll eat lunches, they'll eat breakfast in their classroom this year. And like I said, our teachers are working diligently to try to find different ways that our kids can get up and still move around and interact throughout the day. The last question we had is, when will we know my child's teacher? We are really hoping by the beginning of next week you will have an answer on that. We are waiting to see how many people choose full remote first, so we can kind of balance our classes out, and then our letters will be coming out. We're so sorry that the kids don't know yet. I know this is one of the biggest questions little kids want to know, so hopefully they will be out by next week. If you have any questions, please always feel free to contact us, and have a great day.